Hello friends, today I am going to demonstrate about the simulation of deterministic finite automata. So basically a finite automata in a branch of computer science in theory of computation, it is known as deterministic finite state machine, or it's a finite state machine that accepts or rejects strings of symbols and produces a unique computation of all the automation. So deterministic finite automata has 5 tuples. uh, these are the tuples. So Q is a finite set of states. uh, Sigma signifies the input symbols. Delta is for transition state. Q naught is the initial state and F is the final state. So to check if a string is accepted by the DFA or not, we first take the input string. Now the input has to be the number of states, the final state and initial state, etc., and the input string. So till the input string is read, the loop goes on. So if the initial state at the end, if the initial is the is initialized to is not the initial state, so after the loop goes on, if s is in f, that is it is in the final state, then the it will be accepted, otherwise not. So my sample input is this. So this is my transition table, and this is the input that has to be accepted. So to do this, first I created array for holding the states terminals, and for transition table I have the two-dimensional arrays. Now I have initial and final state in a string variable. Now from the user I ask the number of states, then to enter the states, then number of variables, and then the variables. Then I enter the values in the transition table, and I'm just printing out the transition table. Now I enter the initial state and final state and also the input. Now I am checking that now I have to read the input. So I first initialize x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. So for a loop, that is my input, the input that I am giving is stored in input array. So till k is equal to 0, k less than input dot length, the loop goes on. So string, so whatever value is read, it is stored in the read variable. So I'm checking with respect to the states. So I'm getting the index. So if state of I dot equals initial state, so I'm getting the index. And similarly, then with respect to the terminals, since the table contains of states and terminals, so to get this transition, I have to find this B with respect to both state and as well as terminal. So for that, I'm doing this. So to get in with respect to terminals, I take for int j is equal to 0, j less than terminal number j plus plus. If terminal of j dot equals the red, and that is the value. So I'm initializing the index to x and y. Now I'm initializing the initial state to the value that is in the transition table. So I take these values that present in x, y index. So that will be the current value, current input that is initialized. So for the initial state, this will be my value from the transition table. Now if now the for loop goes on till input dot length minus 1, the loop goes on, and at the end, if it will check if initial state is equal to the final state. So if it is raised and it is accepted in the according to the transition table, the string will be accepted by DFA, otherwise the string will not be accepted by DFA. So to run the file, here I run the file. So enter the number of states. I have 4 states, A, B, C and D. Terminals, I have 2 terminals, A and B. Enter the values in a table. So my values are B, A, B, C, B, D, B, A. So here I get the transition table, and initial state is A and final state is D. Input string length is 4. So my input is A, 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 B and B. So as you can see, the string is accepted by DFA. So according to this transition table and the transitions that is defined, this string is accepted. So this is how the DFA simulation is done in compiler. Thanks for watching.